when I was a boy, everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Twingate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Twingate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen.
No, your share's even bigger than that. And I'll tell you why your share's bigger. Because the so-called elites, the 1%, they're not about to pay 5 fucking cents in fucking taxes. They're not about to fucking give back 1 fucking penny to this country that they looted. Foxconn News knows exactly what they're up to. The Queen's mouthpiece, the puppet. We are the English system. When America always fought against the English system. That's what America was founded on. America was founded on the principle of tariffs. Fighting against the East India Company, the first thing at the port, Alexander Hamilton, the tariff. You can't even have these conversations because the American populace will do their dirty work for them. And if the Bundy Ranch doesn't prove you, and I'll tell you how insane we got a weather pattern. It's fucking snowing here today, and I'm not kidding. We went from 97 to a high of 57. Snow all over the mountains of the mighty Wasatch. Oh, what a freaking... We need rain so bad, and we've got an epic rainstorm going on. I had 97 to a high of 57 in 3 days. I've never seen it. I've seen it. We have Lake Crazy Springs. And I've said this for years and years. This is the only place on earth where I live that you can mow your lawn and shovel snow the same day. And I'm not kidding, but this is the latest I've ever seen anything like this. I've seen some Lake Crazy. I mean, we get them. It happens. I mean, it does. It comes across in late June, and the tops of these big peaks will get dusted with snow. We're in one of those events today. The desert really needs some rain, boy. Oh boy. You know, when I was a kid, the natives, my mother was a teacher at the Intermountain Indian School and the beautiful Navajos and all of that. You know, the state of Utah would seriously participate. The state of Utah really had respect at some point for the natives then. They have none now. Zero. No respect. This is the most disrespectful place in the world to the environment. Utah, the American populace, America honestly hates the environment with a deep-rooted passion. And I wrote in my book in 2010, the American populace wants to kill all the birds. They want to kill all the animals. They want to kill every plant and animal. They hate fucking other human beings. And I'm not kidding. With a deep-rooted, hardcore, fucking intense passion. The Mitt Romney thesis, to save a few birds. They want to extract and fuck. The evangelicals and the Mormons took the field. They took the field. And they got hijacked by the fucking hardcore haters in hairspray. These are devils in hairspray that run this country. Everybody says, Obama, Hillary, fucking Bush, all of them. Fuck, they ain't running this country. You and I are. How? Operation Foxconn, CNN, everybody's still waiting around for them, and I can prove it. I prut up different videos, exposing that blast that went on at number 4, and everybody said I was crazy, Unit 4. You can show confirmation right with your own eyes. Still won't believe it. There's people coming to me now showing me videos of the blast the day that it happened. I'm really 1,200 fucking days later, you're fucking showing up? People, even with fucking visual confirmation, they're still waiting for CNN and Fox and ABC and NBC to fucking give them confirmation, to lead them around by the leash that they put around their own fucking neck. Because cowards, fuck yeah, cowards. And if those Bundy creeps didn't fucking prove you were cowards, who the fuck goes in and those two creepy fuckers beyond cowards. That's beyond cowards. America's a group of cowards, looking at their fucking gold bars, worshiping the gold calf, literally, the Queen's fucking gold mines. Foxconn has fucking done a number on you. Everybody, they fucking, you've been smacked by a smooth criminal so hard, fucking 1%, same old, the fucking East India Company, the House of Windsor, these fucking inbred fucking believe in inherited wealth. This country never believed in that system. Oh, they do now. Oh, look at Kate. Oh, she's so big. Her dress blew up. That bitch is so grotesque fucking ugly. Not on 2/5 of fucking Jack Daniels. It blows my mind what these fucking people in this country, in the United States, will worship. Jesus died so I could be rich. Joe and his trouble, why the fuck? They're no more fucking Christians than I'm an astronaut. They're devils. Fucking extorting this fucking earth, every piece of DNA, fucking damaging it for time and all eternity. Fukushima, the capitulation to it all? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The cover-up, I like how the cycle just goes up, it goes down. And before I keep going, I want to say my respects to, it's a marquee thing, event happened yesterday. Tony Gwynn died of cancer yesterday. And why is that so important? The greatest athlete of a generation, all through the 80s and the 90s, the two iconic people, really, Tony Gwynn, baseball mirrors American culture. Ken Burns and his documentary, All 9 Innings, I don't care, it has nothing to do with being a baseball fan. It has to do with baseball mirrors American culture, always has. It really does. Tony Gwynn, it proves only the good die young. In a time of liars and fucking cheaters, McGuire, Canseco, all of them, nothing but liars and fucking cheaters. Bud Selig, all of them, liars and fucking cheaters who destroyed America's pastime, absolutely destroyed it. There was one guy who didn't cheat. He was engaging. I love to listen to that guy talk. He loved to communicate with people. He loved people. The greatest athlete of our time, bar none. This is the guy that struck out 430 times in 20 fucking years. He wasn't just bad. He had 5 gold gloves. He stole fucking bases. I met him twice. He was engaging to everyone. He loved to talk. He loved to communicate. He loved people. He was a family man who loved his wife, who loved his children. He was incredible. He understood the science of hitting. Ted Williams, San Diego. And I'll tie this all into San Diego. San Onofree. My father at Pendleton. The USS Reagan hearing has been delayed again. So it was going to start the 17th. The hearing is going to be the 19th of August now at the Sports Building. Lonnie and I will be there. We'll be reporting live from there. We've been communicating back and forth with the lead attorney. We've been in contact with them. It's a very exciting event for the fact one of the kids that's going to be one of the ladies is in the bone marrow transplant center with me here from Salt Lake, fighting for his fucking life. The American populace and the fucking black and yellow whore media, the Queen's mouthpiece, all of them, they're not going to be able to ignore this fucking story. And we're going to make sure that I was there all summer last summer. The hearings were last summer. Yeah, the whole trial. Nobody paid attention. Little League football camp on the USS Reagan. Tony Gwynn, San Diego. Ted Williams, San Diego. Now let's go back to 1994. You know, I draw a line. I'm a baseball nut. Always have been. That's what I grew up doing. That's all I did was play baseball. Baseball fucking nut. You know, I could hit. I could go down the right field line and I could fucking run. I had speed. I was in outfield. My dad, the baseball coach, told me, boy, you get to the outfield and you stay there. I love the art of hitting. I loved it. He used to call his bat 7 grains of pain. He would actually go to the Louisville freaking plant and pick out the freaking cords of wood that he wanted his bats made out of. Ted Williams could actually say he could actually smell when the bat freaking pulled off the freaking thing. He could smell the heat. He was going to bat 400 in 1994. The strike, yeah, I will never forgive these fuckers for the fucking strike. It was greed on both sides. It was not just big labor. It was also the greed of the fucking Bud Selig, that creepy fucker. Now you think about baseball got ruined by the likes of Barry Bonds. No, it was Bud Selig. These guys, now you think, let's go back to Barry Bonds. The greatest player of our entire era. He's sitting there. He knows he's the greatest player. He's an arrogant fucking prick. An asshole to everybody. You ever watched him play? I stood in that park many fucking times and watched him play. At the new fucking ballpark in fucking San Francisco and the Oakland. He would stand in the outfield, wouldn't he fucking move. We had people fucking just almost thinking he was a fucking creep. But, bar none, the greatest fucking baseball player of our era. He'd sit back and watch Mark McGuire roll up on steroids. He watched Rafael Palmeiro. He watched all these phony fuckers, Canseco. He watched Sammy Sosa shatter these fucking legendary records when he knew he was 10 times the player. He never got on Balco. He watched him break these records. He says, oh, yeah, these fuckers want to cheat. Bud Selig doesn't want to clean it up. He wants to allow the cheat because, the strike going baseball will turn into a fucking softball game. Baseball turned into a softball game. They moved the plate up. They juiced the fucking ball. They moved the fence in. Turned it into home run fucking derby. Go drink beer and sit down at 4th Street Park and watch a bunch of fat fuckers fucking hit home runs. He's like, watch this, fuckheads. I'll go get on the same thing they are. He did. The next year he shattered every fucking record baseball I've ever seen by fucking multiple times. On base fucking percentage. He broke the record by 74 points, Ted Williams. He went on a streak in a year where he either hit a home run or walked every time he went to the plate. He says, oh yeah, watch this, fuckhead, you cheating motherfuckers. That's what America's turned into. It's America. Everybody's cheating, so everybody's sitting back. Well, I can't make it being plain honest and play by the rules. I can't do it. Which you can't. You're right. So I've been forced into a position where I got to cheat too. And then you get yourself in trouble and you dig a fucking hole and then you commit suicide. Well, there was one guy who said, fuck you, I'm not going to do it. Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn was the real deal in a time of cheaters and liars and corrupt fuckers. He was the fucking gem. He was the light. He was the light. He would have batted 400. He was on a tear right before that fuckhead Glavin and those greedy fuckers went strike. By the way, Canada, which I'm headed to Calgary on Saturday, they never forgave the fuckers in Montreal. Montreal, what a team they had. Montreal was probably going to win it all that year. They went on strike. Montreal was like, fuck you. Canadians like, you greedy, sickling fuckers. He died yesterday. I'll tell you how sickening, grotesque American culture is. I'm looking on YouTube to, try to find it. ESPN did a brilliant piece on him. It made me cry. It literally made me cry. Because it reminded me of my life so much in the 80s. He was the same age as me. He was born just days after I was born. I think he was born within 24-hour period of Bongo. Tony Gwynn was born May 9th, 1960. I was born April 10th, 1960. I think Bongo was born May 10th, 1960. That phony fraud motherfucker who sold us out. Ain't singing for Pepsi, ain't singing for Coke. So we got to watch Tony Gwynn's rise. We got to watch him with that fucking bat, his 7 grains of pain. When he was on that roll, he would only pull that bat out. He wouldn't use it against hard lefties because he knew that's when you break your bat. He went the whole year without breaking that bat. He called it 7 grains of pain, his bat. He slept with it. He kissed it. He freaking knew. He was going to break that record. That record stood from 1941. Ted Williams. You don't think Ted Williams was a fucking man? Ted Williams fucking had to put his... You're talking the greatest baseball player of an era since Ty Cobb. He quit to go fucking into the military. He was a lot like Pat Tillman. A lot like Pat Tillman. He didn't have to do that. He could have got a pass, but he did it. They were scientists. They were brilliant. They were genius. That's what Tony Gwynn was. Tony Gwynn, chewing tobacco, big old wads in there. Well, I grew up as a baseball player. That's how I started chewing tobacco as a boy, playing baseball. That's what we did because we were conned. We were had. Is that what killed Tony Gwynn? Fuck yeah, that's what killed him. Got into his saliva fucking gland in 2009. He thought he had to beat. All you fuckers that think, all these fuckers with money can beat cancer. I think this is such an iconic story that the 2 people of our lifetime, of our generation, we watch them rise. We watch these 2 Californians rise up in sports and culture, Steve Jobs and Tony Gwynn. Legends. Money was no object to them. Both died of cancer, very, very young. Both of them. I think it's so irony to the culture, to the times. You think, all these oligarchs, all their money, that's what they think, a lot of them. I don't think Tony thought that. Because he was one of the very, very few athletes, these fucking arrogant fucking pricks, what they all turned into, not him. And there was a guy right here in this town. Opening day of baseball was like a holiday around here. It was like Christmas and New Year's before they ruined baseball. Remember, in 1975, baseball was 10 times what the NFL ever dreamed of being now. The average athlete only made 3 times the average American working class because they made so much less. Yeah, and Americans made so much more. Why? Because we had tariffs in place. We didn't let corporations park fucking $200 billion offshore because Grover Norquist told you so. We didn't allow fucking corporate fucking lobbyists to fucking completely lock, stock, barrel fucking elect officials. We had integrity and we fucking stood up. We knew what a usury law was. Buy here, pay here. In Utah, by the way, Jeremy Johnson, who's sitting in prison, who's fucking blowing the whistle on all these fucking Mike Lee here in Utah, both our fucking attorney general. I know the fucker. I know him from the horse race track in the old days. Nobody's got any integrity anymore. Nobody. Tony Gwynn did. I think it's heartbreaking that he died so fucking young. Yeah. Guy told him, oh, he did it to himself. Really? What baseball player didn't chew tobacco on those fucking days? Tell me who didn't. I don't see any of them fuckers dead. It's a sad fucking tragedy, his passing. He is the thumbprint. He is the fucking shining gem in a time of liars and fucking cheats. This country is nothing but a masquerade party. And everybody says, well, everybody else is doing it. I have to pay illegals cash to build my house. Illegals. Don't you love that term? Don't you love that term? When is it their fault? No, NAFTA just placed them too. No. We never had a fence. Because we allow these the same people that bitch about it, the same people. You do realize Mitt Romney, one of his key businesses that he has, the Romney family are the drug cartel in northern Mexico, by the way, is auto parts in Mexico. Have you seen AutoZone stock? Now think about that. Get the markup on fucking auto parts isn't because they're used slaves in China. So you can even throw the economic thesis out and you're $18 trillion ruined in debt. And Fukushima raining over the top of you, and the black and yellow journalistic media fucking whores that refuse to fucking pay because they think they're above it. They think all that money can buy it. They think they're on the winning team. Last one in, closed the fucking door. Ooh, I'm a fucking millionaire. CNN made me. Video killed the fucking media star. They're so fucking pathetically stupid. They don't even know what wealth is. There's no salt of the earth people left. They can't think for themselves. People can't step back and think for themselves. They left Fox News. I can prove it. I can prove it. Fukushima, all this, they are still waiting. They are still waiting for Fox News, CNN, and I'm talking some of the quintessential vloggers and bloggers that fight this so-called think they're fucking anti-nuclear, which most of them are not anti-nuclear activists. They're bored. I can prove it. When I put up that video that you can see the orange flag, I call it this accident blanch. Nobody would have ever fucking known that was out there if I wouldn't have put it out there. It would have never got there if she and I wouldn't have done that. Everybody turned on me with visual confirmation. I mean, I had this really strong blogger tell me that it was the sun coming up at 10:30 at night. I'm like, okay, I saw it. There it is. What is it? You've had a month to prove me fucking wrong. And everybody said, well, nobody's confirming it. Nobody's confirming it. We're talking to some of the strong bloggers and bloggers saying nobody's confirming it. Well, who's going to confirm it to you? Gina McCarthy at RadNet? The government? Fox News? CNN? ABC? NBC? Well, you've been led by your fucking leash for so fucking long. People can't think for themselves. They really fucking can't. It is amazing to me. I look at it, to tell the truth, to report something in detail, to be accurate, is to be so marginalized. To call yourself an environmentalist? These people have done such a number on the so-called Christian right, the elite left. They're gone. They're fucking gone. Both parties, lock, stock, barrel, hate the environment with a passion. They hate other people. People in Utah, they love fucking cancer. I was doing some research, doing some work because I got in a lot of trouble out at the fucking military burn facility out here on the backside of Malika. And that's the filthiest, most disgusting, fucking nastiest thing on the face of the earth. And then we wonder why we're all dying. The military, in 1968, when I was a boy, at Dugway Proving Grounds, they were experimenting with chemical weapons out there. That's where they take them apart. I've worked out there many times. There was a report that there were dead Goshen Indians out there. The natives started coming forward. Some reporters snuck out there, got photographed, dead sheep, 6,000 dead sheep. Well, the same month that they were experimenting with the biggest tornado in the history of this state of Utah hit my house. I was outside playing. I was 8 years old. I looked out there. I went in and told my grandma, Mom, I said, there's a tornado. Are you crazy, kid? You know, ran up to my mom and dad's house about 100 yards from my grandparents' house. You know, my mom said, what's the matter with you? I said, look out the fucking window. You know, look out the window, Mom. Oh, my God, completely insane, psycho, freaking, she went Luluville. They didn't know how to act. We live in Utah. We don't have tornadoes in Utah. Army Toilet Depot was experimenting with weaponry out there. They still do it. I was out there, so I never had problems. It's 10 bucks, 3, 4, and 5, because I'm a real activist. Always have been. Always have been. That's how I know Edward Abbey. That's how I knew Stigner. Like Abbey and Stigner were. You think Edward, Abbey, and Stigner spent their whole lives on computer screens? No. Abbey did a lot. In my library, I mean, Guardian, those phony fuckers did write a great piece about him a few years ago saying, from the landscape to the library. I've always lived my life that way, from the landscape to the library. That's how he lived. To be an environmentalist, you must be in the environment. I've been in the environment all my whole fucking life. I go out there to places and I protest these fuckers' Energy Solutions dump site. 8-mile complex. Google Earth, you won't even find it. You won't even show up there. Farm facility to fucking, and then these lunatics here in Utah, God's will. These fucking people are so crazy. Evangelicals and Mormons are so insane right now. They really believe. By the way, the Mormons are reporting their mouthpiece, KSL, which is the most pathetic piece of media they should be ashamed of themselves. Doug Wright, KSL, the Mormon media mouthpiece should be in jail. These passive-aggressive fucking mass-murdering devils. They're reporting, they found Joseph Smith's parents' house and they're excavating. And I'm like, what did they use a urine and thumb them to find him? These people are fucking lunatics. They weren't the same fucking Mormons who raised me. And I come from quintessential Mormon bloodlines, all 4 grandparents. The day first Mormons who set foot in this place, they weren't these fuckers. They were the opposite of these fuckers. These fuckers want to kill and rape and they live right next to me. Drained off the fucking Del W. Weaver County Commissioner, calls himself a fucking Mormon. They hate birds, they hate trees, they hate other people. God's will. I've watched it in the hospital. I've watched so much death now. So many people got sick at the same time. They now fucking died in the bone marrow transplant center. I'm alive. My doctors say, they'll tell you. I've never seen a guy fucking fight so intensely for his fucking life. Yeah, because that's what we have to do. Because I respect life and I love fucking life and I understand the gift of humanity is giving back. I've always known that, long before I ever got fucking cancer. These fuckers don't care. They think God's will, and it's like, do as I say, not as I do. They believe just because they have a belief system, because what their mommy told them, Fox News told them, they don't believe they have to do the work. They don't believe they have to fucking pay their dues and spend their time. No. God will handle it. I watch everyone that says that. Every fucking person that comes in there said that fucking die. But you got to realize these Mormons believe that, and the evangelicals, they're turned into such a hater culture. Let's go mass murder those fuckers, the Arabs, the whole region. I mean, you talk to anybody right here, all the fucking nukes the whole region, which, by the way, we did. White phosphorus on our own Marines. USS Reagan. There was 8 ships in there, not just the USS Reagan. They are such fucking haters in this country. They believe, we're going to get our own planet, everybody else is going to hell, and so fuck you, go fucking die. I'm blown away at this hater culture, this cheater culture. As I said, I've been saying long before Fukushima happened, Ken Burns needs to make, by the way, Ken Burns did his 10th inning, it was pathetic. You think about the 10th inning, just buying up fucking billion-dollar athletes. A-Rod, cheating fucker. They're nothing but cheaters. America's fucking turned into a culture. It's a masquerade party of cheaters. And I can prove that, too. Look at the fucking debt structure of every individual in this country in the aggregate. Take a look at their fucking balance sheet with their false fucking equity. Now, people live in California on the coast of San Francisco. Yeah, they've got rich by default in their house, but that's only if they sell their house. I got a friend here, he sold out here, went to San Diego, and I says, what, are you going to pay cash and live happily ever? Good luck to you. Good luck to you. You ever heard of insurance and property tax? Last time I was down there, he and I went to lunch together on Pacific Beach, and he bought me fish tacos, by the way, and he watches my videos. I'm like, really? Really? What, do you think I don't mean what I say? I don't eat fish, fucker. He says, my insurance and taxes are $2,600 a month at my house and rising. Yeah. Yeah. So you're all up at the federal level. Everybody all wrapping themselves up in the fucking state flag. Federal level went at your very local route in your own community. The corruption is going crazy. They got carte blanche because everybody's mind's on the feds. Property taxes going crazy. Local politicians going nuts. Fucking corruption, fucking all California and every community. And you're paying federal fucking taxes in, you're paying state taxes, you're paying such heavy local tax on your property tax, so you don't own shit. But you don't see that because you're all caught up at the federal level. You know, people say, oh, Obama this, Bush this, you know, this to the top, and then you'll ask who's your congressman, they have no fucking clue. Who's your mayor? Who's your city council people? Who's your county commissioners? Fuck, those fuckers are fucking laughing all the way to the bank. They're like, fuck, there ain't nobody watching the fucking store. They're committing so much fraud at every angle here. It's fucking, and nobody fucking paying any attention. No media, no television, no local newspapers. It's unbelievable what this fucking country has evolved into. I said it. It is nothing more than Mark McGuire swinging Albert Bell's bat while riding Lance Armstrong's bike. Now you think about this. I read here recently, 65% of Americans still believe that Lance Armstrong was telling the truth. It's our video. Saxon Blanch's video. Visual proof. When you're shown the proof, you're so dogma and so groomed and so stuck in. Fox told me to buy gold. Gold's the answer to everything. Is I worship the golden calf. Gold ain't the answer to nothing. You know, I'm gonna get a gun, buy some gold, and live happily ever after. Fuck these guys while they talk you into selling your fucking stocks at Dow 7,000. What's the Dow? Moving in on 17,000. Oh, that isn't real fucking money. That's just favor this. What, you think your gold's real money? Don't try to fucking hand the gold bar over to fucking pay for fucking a doctor, for food, whatever. They're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna say, go trade line to cash. You tell us, oh, we turn gold into currency. What the fuck are we? What are we, Adam Smith, 1639? With 4 million people? There's 7.2 billion people on Earth. There's 320 million in it. Probably more than that. Because we don't count fucking illegal population. The census data is off. We're probably 360 million. Illegals. The same fuckers that are bitching on the fucking, it's nothing more than redistribution of wealth to the 1%. That's all it is. The hammer of labor. We've taken labor and completely backdoored every fucking law this country fought for since the shirtwaist fire. By the way, my video I did yesterday, I talked dramatically a lot about Eric Oppenheim, who showed up, and his father, and so many of these people at the physical graffiti building at the shirtwaist fire event, which was incredible. We all forgot. We backdoored everything this country fought for fucking all this time, all the blood that all these people fucking spilled. We backdoored it all. You, every single one of us, the whole country believes in usury, and we believe in slavery. Jesus Christ threw the money changers out of the temple. What's usury? What's a usury law? Buy here, pay here. To take another human being, get them in a position where they're desperate, they have to pay their bills, and then exploit them with interest, massive, giant, is the most anti-Christian thing in the world. That's what the entire Mormon community does. The biggest industry right here is buy here, pay here. 600%. Both attorney generals found guilty of taking fraudulent bribes from check cashing facilities. It runs deep here. Mike Lee, that's how he got elected. It's been proven. Comes out, federal, bulk fucking massive federal laws. Nothing will happen. Fuck no. Because the populace here loves corruption. To call yourself an environmentalist in the United States of America right now, you might as well fucking put a tag on your fucking head. Come abuse me. I mean, literally. I mean, physical confrontation. You ought to hear these hillbilly motherfuckers I talk to. Middle-aged white fucking idiots. I mean, dumbest fuckers that ever walked, when their whole family's dying of cancer. What do you think causes cancer? Utah fucking. The whole United States. It's so outrageous. They hate the fucking birds. They hate the fucking plants. They hate other fucking people. They want to kill environmentalists. They attack me like no other. You would think this would be the biggest protest place there was when Fukushima happened because of our history with the nuclear industry. I am the only anti-nuclear activist in the entire state. Bar none. Period. 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 Listen, you got Mary Dixon at fucking University of Utah, all these phony fucking pieces of shit. This piece of shit who teaches Stegner's program. They're pro-nuclear. Stegner would roll over in his fucking grave. I'm the one that put the stop to Blue Castle. I'm the one that got the cows kicked out. I'm the one that fucking exposed the fraud of the San Onofree generator being parked out there. I'm the one that organized the San Onofree fucking hearings that packed the house and fucking slammed the fucking door. I'm the one that exposed the corruption to the San Diego media on the inside of the leak of fucking San Onofree by myself, and most of it while in critical condition. Type in Blue Castle nuclear generator on YouTube. Type it in. You're going to get me with a central line hanging out of my jugular vein with acute fucking leukemia in the most hardcore leukemia unit world probably on the earth. East 8 LDS. That's the hardcorest fucking leukemia unit probably on earth. They take the hardest of the hardest of the hardest. The death zone from hell. People with no fucking shot. It took me on 11/11/11, 3/11s. And I fought with intense fucking passion. And I fought to live. You know, luck? Oh yeah. You know, who knows how I survived this disease when my friends, so many passed. I don't know that answer. I never claimed to have that fucking answer. I'm not one of these fuckers, God said this, God... Like I told this fucking dumb bitch the other day, what? You know, start on this fucking Mormon ridiculous fucking God, this God, God's will without... You know, I said, what did Jesus fucking come down here? Did God come back down to earth and, you know, right here in fucking Ogden, right here in Farmington, did he come and sit on your couch and put his arm around you and tell you this bullshit? These are fly in the face of any fucking teachings that I've ever read about Jesus Christ. You're talking the opposite. He threw the money changers out of the temple. I told him, this is how lunacy these fucking YouTubers and these wackos, this Rob Riggle or whatever his fucking name is, a wacko from hell on my Facebook every day from Pennsylvania. I said Jesus Christ was a radical, and he says, oh, that's blasphemy. This is our dogma. They say Jesus drove a NASCAR with an AK-47 fucking hanging out of it. I can't wait for Walmart to start selling Jesus guns. Pink Jesus guns. They're fucking lunatics. The evangelicals and the Mormons have been hijacked. How do any of these worshiping the gold calf? Gold. We were taught as fucking young Christians. These were real Christians that raised me. Oh boy. Hand-cut pushing, making the desert bloom, freaking people, communal people, united order. These were communal people who loved each other, at all costs protected the environment. When they were fucking catching up there, killing the sheep, and the feds moved in here, we had the leaks out here, the nuclear, the atomic bombs, killing everybody in Utah. You've never seen anybody fight harder back than the Mormon community. Oh, did they fight back? They fought back so hardcore intensely. Now, the Mormon community is exactly the opposite. The evangelical community is exactly the opposite. Megan Rice proves it. Megan Rice, Megan Jr. told me herself in the trial. I was in the trial. I says, New York Times, she's upstate. She's as New York City as it gets. The Pope, she says, the Pope will get involved on pigs fly. Oh boy, was she right. He takes the saint name of Francis. Oh, the usury saint, the anti-usury. Oh, I had hope. But he's just like the rest of them. Lock, stock, barrel, hijacked by the fucking golden calf. The Mormons have completely lost their fucking minds in Harrisburg. These are people that beat the war drums in Iraq so hardcore. The magical Karl Rove knew this. He went to that's how he got elected. That's how they stole the election. By the way, Karl Rove everybody used to say he was a genius. genius. He destroyed the fucking Republican Party. Destroyed it from time and all eternity. Never won anything. They stole the election in 2002. Now, that's just a fact. I mean, that little fat fucking squashy, pigeon-eyed little fucking creepy fucker, I debated him in the 80s right here. Throw him off fucking, we ran his ass out of here. So I went to Texas. Little creepy fucker. But they knew. Fire up the evangelicals, twist them, and they did it through Fox News. Fox fucking News and KSL are the same people. The Mormon Church you do know are the mouthpiece for Fox News. The guy who's the voice of Fox News, Mormon right here in Salt Lake, KSL. They're all the same dynamic, and they're fucking the opposite of Christians. They're devils. They want to kill you. They want to kill the environment. And you all want for, you're all still waiting for them to give you confirmation. And then it blows my mind how they all do it in the name of Christianity. What? What? It's the opposite. Let's go mass murder the Iraqis. Let's hang Saddam until his head rips off. Saddam never did one single thing to one single American. Not one. Not one. I like it when they went and got Hulu and Wapo and fuck all his kids. You do know. I mean, we never did this. We never, the children were with them. We're talking 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds. Children. What are you? Guilty by association. They killed them all. Man, woman, fucking child. Who does that? Who the fuck does that? Really? That's what we did. That's us. Oh, we're going to get their oil. Well, what are you, Shell Oil? What are you, BP? I love it today. All over Yahoo Finance. Oh, it's starting to flood up in Iraq again, which is all bullshit. Oh, the ex-executive CEO of fucking British Petroleum, which sealed off fucking public beaches in the United States, the Queen's fucking oil company. Burning dolphins, chemical fucking disbursement all over the fucking, got away with it. John Brown comes out and says, oh no, do you realize what he is and who he is? Do you realize why he had to step down as the CEO? Yeah, he was a pedophile. He was raping a 12-year-old boy. He liked young boys. That's a fact. Look it up. Look it up. These creepy fucks. I was in New York City in the 90s working on Wall Street. My friend was an oil analyst. I got invited. He said, Kev, you want to come to this oil analyst? The CEO BP speaking. Oh, fuck yeah, I want to go. My boss was like, oh, no, don't take Kevin. Don't take Kevin. I left. I rose my hand. They called on me. My boss was sitting right next to me. Oh, no, here we go. He knew me. I says, hey, Fred or Bob or Jim or Billy Bob or whatever your fucking real name is, where do you get off coming to the United States calling yourself Lord? He called himself Lord. I said, we ran you English fucks the fuck out of here in the 70s. We don't call people Lord. We don't worship royalty in this fucking country. Alexander Hamilton set you fuckers straight. George Washington set you fucking elitist royal ass kisser fuckers packing. Abraham Lincoln, all of them. FDR, fuck all, we kick your fucking asses out. What do you get off from in this fucking country calling yourself Lord, fucking annihilating the Gulf of fucking Alaska? Who the fuck do you think you are, Lord? Fuck you, Bob. I got run out of there. I got kicked out. I thought I'd get fired. I went to work the next morning. We used to work 4:30 in the fucking morning. That's back when Wall Street was still on Lower Wall Street. Walked in. I thought, fuck, I'm in such fucking trouble. Boss wants to see you dead. I'm like, oh, fuck. He went in there and he said, fuck, you said what I want my aunt to say for fucking decades. He hugged me. So I'm going to, gave me a fucking envelope, a bonus check for doing it. Walked outside and I thought, oh, these fuckers. Because Wall Street back then, they used to have people that gave a fuck. They've been hijacked too. They're all gone. I walked out, the whole trading platform fucking gave me a standing ovation. Because we were still Americans then. The theft of the election in 2000, Bill Walmart Clinton signing NAFTA, I was on Wall Street the day that he did it. I remember telling my boss, I said, I feel like I've been gut shot. I've been punched in the fucking gut so fucking hard. I feel like I've been hitting with a fucking Tom Glavine fastball right in the, oh, that was 1994. What a year, huh? The Montreal Expos are going to win the series. Fuck, you realize who was on that team? Wow. Tony Gwynn was going to bat 400. What happened? Bill Clinton signed NAFTA. I knew it was over. Everything we fought for 200 fucking years, labor rights, the greatest middle class in fucking the history of mankind, we got to grow up in as kids. 50s, 60s, 70s, we grew up in the greatest middle class socialistic system in the history of mankind. In my class, I'd say, name the greatest socialist, the strongest socialist system in the history of humankind. Name the place and time. 1945 to 1980, the United States of America. You think it's coincidence everybody drove GMs and fucking Fords? We wouldn't let these explode. Slave owners who used fucking slave labor in China, I stood with the Tiananmen Square people in Manhattan this year. I stood with them in their cage. They put me in their cage in Times Square. I drank beet juice and told that people walk by and said, how do you like fucking drinking? These are the real ones. Remember when Tiananmen Square happened and we gave a fuck? Remember when Kathy Lee Gifford got in trouble for using slave labor? That wasn't that long ago. Remember when Tony Gwynn was going to bat 400? We don't give a fuck anymore. Whose fault is it? Politicians? Fuck no. The so-called liberal, fuck no, it's us. Because we believe in enslaving other people because we're immoral fucks. We'll cheat at any cost. We'll be Barry Bonds. We'll be fucking Lance Armstrong. We'll be Mark McGuire. We'll cheat at all fucking costs. Live in the fake fucking biggest house we win. No biggest house you lose. We fucking traded in morality. Just like in kindergarten. Your mom would come home and tell her, well, Mom, everybody's doing that. So what are we, a bunch of fucking, oh yeah, baby, little kids. Everybody's fucking paying illegals cash. Everybody's exploiting other UBD. Everybody's participating in fucking immoral usury combat. Everybody should go fucking mass murder the Iraqi people. A biblical fucking place. With the Euphrates near the Tigris. The most beautiful, sacred, hallowed ground, and we nuke it for time and all eternity. We sprayed white phosphorus on our own fucking Marines. I grew up in that culture. My father was nuked to death, human guinea pigged, in the Nevada test site. 40,000 United States Marines. Simplify as it gets. They all died of leukemia. Now their children are dying of fucking leukemia. If I'm not living fucking proof, and they knew, they didn't give a fuck, we'd stand up. That's one thing Mary Dixon got right down here. When she used to be an anti-nuker. When she fucking broke her down her book all the way to Eugene McCarthy and the philosophy then. Oh, the commies are coming to get us. Oh, fucking Oppenheimer, what? He's about peace? He's a peace activist? He's anti-bomb? Oh, label him a communist. Oh, Einstein, he's about peace? Oh, label him a fucking communist. Oh, all these peace activists, Code Pete, these people that want to fight Cindy Sheehan, all label them a fucking socialist. Hitler did the exact same fucking thing. First, that great piece of poetry. I think it's so powerful in this Fukushima fight, and people underestimate the YouTube genre. This epic historical piece of art that I've created, so many of us have done this epic fight. She wrote that piece of poetry, and she went back and she copied the piece of poetry that he wrote, the pastor, when Hitler was building up his thing. First, they came for the socialists, for I was not a socialist, because I did not stand up. Then they come for the tradesmen and the union workers, for I was not a tradesman and the union worker, for I did not stand up. Then they came for the Jews, for I was not a Jew, so I did not stand up. Then they came for me. There was no one left to stand up. Who's they? We are they. We. We did this to ourselves. There's no fucking 1% elite Illuminati smashing us doing this. They do it because it's so fucking easy, because we refuse to defend ourselves. How do you defend yourselves? Usury laws. Tariffs at the fucking port. There's 7 billion people on this earth. The workforce of the United States is less than 100 million people. The workforce of the world's over 4 billion people. The average hourly wage on this fucking earth is 37, they know this, 37 cents an hour. The average wage in America was $15 an hour. Not now. Not now, because they can't incorporate, because, and I can prove this, too. I can prove this. Milton Friedman's a terrorist. Alan Greenspan's a terrorist. Fucking Paul Ryan's a terrorist. All these people that quote Alan are terrorists. She never claimed to be an economist. They're terrorists. Hardcore terrorists. We only have one protection. the tariff. Alexander Hamilton knew that. Abraham Lincoln knew that. McKinley knew that. Fucking both fucking Roosevelts knew that. John Kennedy knew that. John Kennedy was anti-nuclear. Martin Luther King was anti-nuclear. Fucking Rachel Carson, anti-nuclear. The Red Rain, all the artists of the day, anti-nuclear. 1982, 1.2 million people in Central fucking Park protesting nuclearism. The whole world anti-nuclear. What happened? What happened? We turned into a bunch of fucking cowards. Don't say, oh, fuck, I got this gun because I'm going to protect myself. Fuck, you ain't protected nothing. Just like when they fucking declared martial law on Paul Revere Day. Look it up. Look it up. I did videos that fucking day. Nobody wants to pay attention to me. Look it up. What day did they declare martial law in fucking Boston? The same day Paul Revere did his historical fucking ride. All the patriots are rolling over on the grave. You people that claim you're patriots, you're the opposite of patriots. Wrap yourself up in the flag. You ain't a patriot. You're the English fucking ass-kissing royals. I'm fucking so disgusted with fucking human beings and people. We're such a few small fucking people who give a fuck about the birds and the environment. There's so few of us. It's so in vogue to fucking call yourself an environmentalist, which I've done the whole time. Wow. Physical confrontations, what I go through, guns pulled on me, fucking, what I've gone through. This ain't nothing new. But it's gotten so radical and so extreme to just rape and exploit. How can you people not understand and see that Fukushima is ongoing? TEPCO doesn't even hide it anymore. Which, by the way, TEPCO is the Lee Harvey. It's the United States. The Department of Energy. The Department of General Electric. They've taken this country because they played on your fear. Patriot Act on Balco. Fear. Patriot Act backdoored the entire Constitution. With the Patriot Act, there is no Constitution. None. Not your Second Amendment, not your First. You know, I love it. I ask people all the time to rattle off about the Second Amendment, and then the First. Then I start talking about the Sixth, and the Seventh, and the Eighth, and the Ninth. I had the county commissioner who drained off the swamp behind my house, the greatest marsh that's where the Great Salt Lake fucking drainage is, right behind my house, the greatest flyway in the world. Corporate welfare farmers, 10 million. County commissioner, best friends with Mike Lee. Corrupt as fuck. Started rattling off about the Constitution. So I got into a debate with him, and I proved it to him. I asked him his opinion on the 19th Amendment. Had no clue. I asked him the fucking 18th and the 21st. You know, that it proves that they left the 9th open. That's prohibition, and they overturned prohibition. But this is the longest we've ever went without amending the Constitution. Asked him what he thought of the 28th. Gave me an answer. It was only 27. It's amazing the dog, and I prove it over and over and over. I get these lunatics call me. I get a lot of strong people call me, but I get radical gonzo people that call me with this ridiculous rhetoric and go off politically. Obama this, freaking Bush this, and I simply, so you're politically motivated, whatever. Who's your congressman? Don't know. We'll discuss this further on Thursday. You know, hopefully we can handle the technical difficulties, but, you know, a slingshot with a stone. They got drones. Who's they? We. Quit supporting the military-industrialized complex. Quit supporting them. They're killing you. Quit supporting the fucking war machine. Stop it. Stop it. Quit supporting those fuckers. That's who's doing this. You fake fuckers in hairspray.
All hands on deck. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. All nuclear fighters. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Swing Gate, 311, whatever you want to